Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. And the Wolverines will kick it away to start. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. The give to the back. Forges ahead. Picks up about 3 to the 29. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like, you could tell they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown.
Wants to go up top. Throws to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
And I think on that last play, it's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Looking for space to the left. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37.
That is what I'm talking about. So many guys lose where they're at on the field, lose the down and distance. It's third down. I can't slide. QB knows it. Nice job using his noggin and his heart, lowering the shoulder to get the first down on third down.
The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. He'll get rid of it. Working on the right. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40. The passing game continues to be prolific, and as much as Ohio State has been built on toughness, they've been built recently on the efficient passing game.
I mean, so many good quarterbacks, and you know you're going to get great play calling, great offensive design. Ohio State offenses every year, year after year, the names change, but the production continues to be the same.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Quarterback moving. He's going to take off. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
More than 100,000 making their presence felt. A huge third down here in the big house. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Looking for more room. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
There might not be a hotter player right now in college football than this guy right here. He had 2 picks in their last game. He already has an interception in the first drive of this one. Quarterbacks, they're going to figure it out eventually. Stop throwing his way.
From the gun, running back gets to give. Got enough for the first. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
What a nice run there. And from the beginning of time, Michigan football has been synonymous with running the football. You can think back to Tyrone Wheatley, Anthony Thomas, Chris Perry, Hassan Haskins. Big physical runners that also had sprinter speed and that could change the game. This dude right here, every time he has the football, he has the ability to go the distance, and that's what makes this Michigan offense so dangerous.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. And the throw out to the sideline, good for a few. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
And that's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
He'll throw on third down. Caught over the middle. It's Boyer. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
The Wolverines look to keep this drive humming. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Flips it out in the flat. Got enough space. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch.
And that's why for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
They lost ground on first down. Now second and goal from the 5. Looking to fire. Swings it out to his running back. And the defense knocks him down immediately behind the line.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though. How quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
They want to dance their way in on third and goal. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense.
I know it's early. It's still a really close game. At this distance, I think you just take the points. I think you kick the field goal here, guys.
It'll be fourth and goal, and it'll be a tough one. Motion from the wide receiver. He might want another play. From the gun. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
Man, fourth and goal, you're backed up a little bit after a couple bad plays, and you make the play. You needed it. You find your receiver, throw it up. He goes and gets it. What a play by this offense in a critical moment.
And the point after is good. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. Drive starts from their own 25-yard line. The give from the gun. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. And the pass is incomplete. Jarred loose by the hip.
They just have not been able to get this guy going. They've thrown it to him over and over again here in the first quarter. And QB and him just not able to link up. The defense knew that was where this guy was going to be looking. But these two, they've got to find a way to get on the same page.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Finds his man. It's Rodgers. There he goes. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. Back to pass. Fires to the wideout. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
That is a tremendous job by the defender on that play, because when the ball was thrown, his head was turned around. He was watching the receiver, quickly spun the head, turned his shoulder, located the ball, and then knocked it down.
Big noise in the big house for this huge 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Pass is incomplete, and by this stage of his career, you'd think a junior quarterback might take a little better care of the football. And the Buckeyes will punt this one away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. He's got it. He'll get it out to about the 20-yard line, and that's where they'll mark him down. So here comes the Michigan offense. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Handoff to the single back. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. Let's take a minute to talk about Michigan. For some teams, the road into the top 25 can be a little more treacherous than for others. And once you get there, you've got to convince the rest of the country you deserve to stay.
And I think that's what's next for this squad. They've earned the right to get in the top 25. People are noticing what they're doing. Now, let's continue to build on it, because they haven't proven they're a top 10 team, and they want to get to that point.
Yeah, let's stay hungry. Let's not be...
Turning it on! Gets it out to the 38-yard line after picking up 10 on that one.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Grab near the sticks. It's Warrior. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down.
And when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That's a really good stop by the defense. Jesse, they need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
Got a man. It's Hilton. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Now facing a 3rd and long. They'll move the wide receiver. The offense changing the play. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Out of the gun, the inside give. Drives into the defense, and they get him down after a pickup of 3 to the 16.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Snags it! He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
Another first down. Man, this defense couldn't stop a nosebleed right now. It's that bad.
And the Wolverines have it with a 1st and goal. From the gun, he'll try to throw. Still looking, on the move. Cannot get away. It is a huge sack, and I can't imagine what he was thinking on that play.
And I'll tell you what, when you get inside the 3, I think your tendency is to run the football, run the football, run the football. The offense, try to change it up a little bit, maybe try to throw it. I don't like it, and obviously it didn't work, but at least you got a few more downs here to try to make up for it.
Quarterback may change this route. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Unloads to the wideout. Looking for the goal line. He found some running room, but needed just a few inches more to put it in the end zone.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You've got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You've got to be aggressive, and you've got to make tackles.
They want to fight this one in a phone booth. 3 tight ends on the field on 3rd and goal. Pushes ahead. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
Man, it has been a long drive offensively. I just feel like you got to pay this off and be aggressive. You're down close. Punch it in for a touchdown here, Pollock.
Yeah, and inside the 3-yard line, I think I might try to finish this off with a touchdown. I ate up a ton of clock, wore these guys out. Now they'd have to go the length of the field if I missed.
He'll sneak it. He didn't get there. 4th and goal from the 1, and they are stuffed.
Man, he looks short of that play, and the quarterback sneak is such an easy play, and you trust it because the quarterback gets the ball right away, but that defensive line was having none of it. failed fourth down. Big-time stop for this defense.
Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. They'll go to the ground. And this run won't give them any more room to operate, but at least they avoided the safety.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is a top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football against a really good defense.
From his end zone, a lot of room to throw downfield. And he makes the grab, but he's out of bounds. Incomplete pass.
I think sometimes as a quarterback, when your offense is struggling, you don't have any points up on the board yet here at the end of the first half. You're just trying to take a shot to see if your guy can make a... That time, he thought he had the matchup he wanted, but he has just not been able to ever find a rhythm, and this defense is making it really hard on him, forcing that one to fall incomplete.
They've got him pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Standing in his own end zone, looking to throw. The heat got to him, and he just sort of froze and got tackled in the end zone for a safety. And they'll set up with a free kick from their own 20.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
Return runs it out to the 40. And your Michigan Wolverines will take over. 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive and snap it from the 40. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to it. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. There's so many great rivalries in college football, guys, but I think this one, because of the disdain and the excellence, sort of rises to the top.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there are great rivalries scattered all around this country. In-state rivalries, interconference rivalries with great history, great pageantry. But I think what makes Ohio State versus Michigan unique is the fact that more often than not, these are two teams competing for national championships at the end of the year, and this game really does determine the national landscape.
And 19 national championships between the two teams. Late in the year, it always mattered. You go back to 2006, #1 versus #2. So always disdain, always hate. Don't even call each other by their names. Like, this rivalry means so much to college football.
Back to throw, time running short in the half. Moving out of the pocket. He's going to run it. He makes the stop at the 48. That'll be enough for a first down and a pickup of 10. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. Now across the 50 and at the 48-yard line, they'll have it 1st and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. He wants to change this route. Looking to throw on 1st down. Rifles it down the middle. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
And finally, this quarterback looks human for one play. He has been lights out up to this point. Very accurate, making good decisions in a beautiful rhythm, and finally throws his first incompletion of the game.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, fourth down.
They kick it away on fourth down. Fair catch is signaled for and made. They'll mark it at the 12, and they'll start in a bit of a hole. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection. He'll try to do it himself. Out to the 32-yard line before he goes out of bounds, and that's the way to give a little start to the drive.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the first down, keep this drive rolling.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something.
Lofts one high and deep. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Just about set to get this second half underway. Coming out with it, it's Hayes. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback was in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football with accuracy.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him, so I expect more of the same here in the second half.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
Motion from the wideout. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Second down, they'll go to the air. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense. Or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a fourth down.
Well, it looked like the offense had a rhythm here early in the drive, getting a first down, but I don't know about that play call. Going deep on third down, low percentage throw, it falls incomplete, and all that momentum that was established early in the drive, that's gone away now if you have to punt.
And he is knocked down immediately, brave to try the return might have preferred a fair catch. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
What a great play. Winning one-on-one, getting home and getting a sack, and that kind of effort is going to get the big house fired up. These 100,000-plus Michigan Wolverine fans are on their feet screaming because of that dominant play right there coming from their D-line.
It's complete to the right. Breaks into the open. Ripping through the defense. And he's out of bounds after the nice gain, and maybe that is finally the spark to get this passing game going.
And that's year 9 for first down.
Whole situation changed after that last big play. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 39. Takes the handoff. It's Rodgers. Hard running there. Found a little running room, and they get him stopped after a pickup of 6 to the 32.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
And a nice crisp run. Great job. Maybe expecting pass, in second down, but really good job running the football, committing to it, getting the first down.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
Well, another incompletion, and you can see the frustration building, but you got to give the defense credit. They came into this one knowing no one was giving them a shot because of their record, because of what their stats are on paper, but they're playing better football. They're playing with better effort. Right now, they're making the most plays.
And man coverage, where they get up in your face and they make things hard. You want to be able to attack the whole field and get them lead in one direction and then break outside like you did there. Nice out-route connection. Nice chemistry between quarterback and wide receiver.
Big third down in the red zone, and this crowd is getting behind this defense. Catch in the middle. It's Rodgers. Touchdown, Ohio State. All that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
Man, find your weapons. Nice job by the quarterback. Find the running back out of the backfield. He catches it and does the rest. Walks into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he tacks on the extra point. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Hayes. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. They'll give it to the back. Knocked down after picking up 5 out to the 24.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Offense breaks the huddle. It's third down. From the gun, wants to pass. The sweet feet buy a little time. Working a little foot magic on the sidelines, and it'll be enough for the first down. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. The Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. The give to the back. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up 2nd and inches.
All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Wide receiver going in motion. To the ground. He's got it again.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
To the ground with the back. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line? And the Wolverines come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. The play action fake. Under fire. And as he throws.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
And they're going to try to convert on 4th down. 1 for 2 so far today. Quarterback making checks. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a 1st down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he showed you the arm talent on the throw.
After losing yardage, it's 2nd and 12. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Grab over the middle. It's West. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch.
This guy already has a touchdown. He almost had his 2nd right there. You saw how good he is after he has the ball in his hands. Great job by the quarterback. A, finding him, B, getting it to him quickly, and then his speed and his God-given ability does the rest. He's got his offense in great field position.
The Wolverines have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Wolverines! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And this QB starting to do some work, man. The big explosive play in the passing game. You get inside the 10, you're thinking run. Everybody thinking run. You back it up with another pass, another great throw, and quickly this offense gets right to the end zone.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup this week in the ACC, fellas. Virginia is ahead right now in Charlottesville, but that's not exactly Sean Moore out there dominating this one. We are a long way from being over. They're up by 4 over Virginia Tech. Any major changes in this ACC standoff, you'll hear about them first from us, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Rodgers. Nice move. Creates some space. Sprinting away. He's inside the 40. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the 1st down.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held on to it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out in position. and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had blockers and green field out in front of him. They pick up an explosive play on a running back screen.
Leaves it with the running back. Oh, he's got some space. Headed to the end zone, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Did not take long to get into the end zone. Now let's see if this gets this offense to hit overdrive.
Now, we may have a situation here. We might have points, and more points. You keep putting drives together like that quickly, chewing up that much yardage, defenses are going to have to get something figured out.
He'll bring it out. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. One final play before the end of the quarter. Give to the running back. Trucks through the defender. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. They'll give it to him again. Not a lot of daylight. He gets one to the 32.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back. He's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
And I tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock and start to really make that defense have a little bit of panic.
They'll throw on third and short. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Catch and stride inside the 15. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan.
Big-time players make big plays in big games, man. It seems like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with the big one. That time, great job focusing and concentration. Defense not able to cover him. That's his now 10th receiving touchdown on the year.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute. There he goes! Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
The Buckeyes just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
And after a successful run like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and potentially taking a shot, because even if it's incomplete now on second, you only have a short amount of yards to go here on third.
To the air on second down. Quick strike complete. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it.
Well, when you're running the drag route against man coverage like that, as a quarterback, you got to put the ball out in front of your target. And when you do that, you give the guy a chance to then advance the football up the field, pick up a first down like they did right there.
The Buckeyes will have it 1st and 10. They'll leave it with the lone back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Now, what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Trying play action. Oh, they're after him. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off scrambling and help his offense, but you really are seeing his inexperience shine through here in this game.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. This time he's got his man. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
And this offense is going to have to be aggressive, right? Down a couple possessions, got to continue to get these first downs, move quick, don't be in a hurry, but they've got to keep the accelerator down because they need some explosive plays.
And the Buckeyes will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. He wants it all. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Man, it's so hard to play defense nowadays. You got a strike zone where you can hit people. You get flagged for targeting. You get flagged for pass interference. That was beautiful. Great job in the end zone, making it a hard window to throw into, and when he caught it, making him feel you.
Looking for the score. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. They make the stop right at the 10-yard line, but oh, what a turn of momentum with that interception. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. Turning it on. Smashes through the tackle. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
Looking downfield on 1st down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
Oftentimes as a quarterback, when you have success early, you earn the right to take more shots. I think that's what you're seeing now in this game. We're here late. They're still throwing it deep because this quarterback's thrown 3 touchdown passes. He's proven to his coach that he can get it done and he can make the right decisions and not put his offense in harm's way. And that's why you're still seeing them throw it vertically downfield.
Big 3rd down for this defense. Listen, you've got to get the ball back. You know what they're doing. They're trying to run the football, but we need the clock to be on our side so our offense has some time. Got to make a stand right here on 3rd down.
Got the quick pass. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. They'll snap it from the 47 on 1st down. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. We'll give him a couple on that with 2nd and 8 coming up.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. Got his man quickly. He get it down to the 35 before he stopped. 10-yard pickup on the play, and it's a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
That quick slant is a hard ball to adjust to and make your quarterback look good. If you throw it behind me and I'm coming down the line of scrimmage, I really don't have a chance to adjust and try to make my quarterback look good. He's got to miss that thing low or high. He can't miss it behind me.
Might be changing the route. On third down, he drops the throw. Blasted as he lets it go. And they can't make the connection on third down, but hold everything. There is a flag. Let's see what that's about. After the penalty backs him up, it's 3rd and 5. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got an open man. And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices. While this game is all but decided, the offense's job is to score. So they might try to score again. A first down run in the red zone. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Dances away to buy time. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
That's an area of the field the quarterback just cannot take a sack on. Second down, down inside the 5-yard line. If it's not open, you just got to throw it away because now you've backed yourself up even further. It's going to be even harder to throw this thing into the end zone or to score a touchdown. That's going to be a learning opportunity for this young man.
And how big is that earlier sack now as they try to get it in the end zone here? On 3rd and goal, they'll try to throw it in. Makes the grab on the left. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go.
Timeout, Michigan. Other scores from around the country. Slippery Rock, 38. Seton Hill University, 20.
One more play to pad the stats. Let's see if both sides are content to just let this half run out. The offense takes a knee. Defense still has all 3 timeouts. Let's see what they can get going on this drive as they snap it from the 7. To the air on first down. Here's a throw downfield late. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. Going the other way, and he's got room. The defense making a play to put an exclamation point on this one, and that ought to do it.